Hey guys, VideoJames, and we're starting off the new year with the first how to use Pokemon video, and we're starting it off with Salazzle because this thing is the ultimate glass cannon, where it deals damage and cannot take a hit back. So, when we look at its typing, Poison Fire. Not really something we've seen before, so pretty unique. And we do get a lot of weaknesses from that, though. We do get the Water, Ground, Rock, and Psychic weaknesses, which is going to be a problem if you're going up against stuff like a Slowbro, that it gets Water and Psychic as stab moves, so it's going to be able to one-hit KO you without you hitting back. But then we also see we've got a lot of resistances, that we've got the quad resistance to Grass, Bug, and Fairy, and then we've also got the resistance to Steel, Poison, and Fire. And with Fairies being more common, resistance to Steel and Poison is going to be actually pretty good. And then at the same time, we can also do massive damage as well, that with our typing, we're going to be able to hit a lot of types like Grass, Ice, Bug, Steel, Fairy, and just a whole bunch of other stuff super effective. But the only thing I would say is a drawback to Salazzle is that you can only get it in a female form, which is kinda hard to achieve, considering that Salandit has an 87% chance of being male. But either way, it's still very usable, even when you look at its moveset. And its stats, like, when we look at its moveset, it has stuff like Disable. It's got Swagger. We've got Dragon Rage, Flame Burst, Nasty Plot, and Toxic. And with the Corrosion ability, right there, the Corrosion ability, letting you poison anything, even if it's a Steel or Poison type, you can absolutely shut down with Toxic, because your opponent won't be able to recover anything. Like, say, if they're using a Toxapex, and they have Black Sludge on it to heal for a 16th, or an 8th, no, 16th, then, oh well, Toxic is just going to make you lose more damage every turn, so get wrecked. And then going back to its moveset, we've got Venoshock, Flamethrower, Dragon Pulse, and I think we even have Sludge Wave. Yeah, we've got Sludge Wave. Right here, Sludge Wave having 95% power and 100 base accuracy. That's one of the best Poison-type moves that is only rivaled by Gunk Shot, being 120 base power and 100 accuracy. And then, it's got stuff like Knock Off and Fake Out too, which is actually pretty good, because if you're going up against a Pokemon that's like, oh, I'm going to speed you out, you can just Fake Out first turn, get off whatever they want to get first turn, and then just hit him next turn, because Salazzle has massive speed. It's got 117 in the base speed, and 111 in the special attack. That is a cannon in its own. But then when we look at the HP and the defenses, it's weak as all heck. That we've got 68 in the HP, and then 60 in both defenses. That when we look at that, that's lower than Greninja. That with Greninja, we've got a base total of 67, 72, and 71, so 143. Greninja has a base total of 210 in its defenses, where Salazzle only has like a base of 208. So, we can already tell right away that Salazzle will definitely be outranked by Greninja. That even with Life Orb damage, Greninja's still going to go all out, especially if it has the Protean ability. But then when we look at Showdown, we've still got like the ultimate speed tanker. That we've got a Focus Sash set, which is basically just sweep. That we start with a Toxic, get it off against whatever they're trying to set up with. And I didn't know this at first when I looked at the Corrosion ability, but it doesn't let you hit Steel types with a Poison type move, it lets you poison them. So, bear in mind, Corrosion doesn't let you hit with Poison, it only lets you poison. And then we've got Nasty Plot, just boosts the special attack, which would make you immensely stronger than a Greninja. That you'd just be going up to 642 straight off the bat. And then just Flamethrower and Sludge Wave for damage. Now, I know some of you are gonna say Dragon Pulse might also be a good move. You can throw that in too. Just take out Nasty Plot if you don't really want to have the super beefy attack. Or take off Flamethrower and just put in Dragon Pulse. That you're still going to want to keep the Sludge Wave, but you're going to want to have you're going to want to keep the Sludge Wave, but if you want to have the Dragon Pulse, you can just take off Flamethrower. Then we look at its stats. Basic Sweeper investment. We've got 252 in the special attack, 252 in the speed, and then we just give it a timid nature. That way, we're maxing out the speed as much as we can, and we're just reducing the useless attack stat, because with a 64 base attack, you're not really going to be hitting anything that well. And again, Focus Sash, just there for, like, setup if you're getting the Nasty Plot off and someone tries to send in something to kill you first turn, like, say, what the heck, I'll use the same example, Ash Greninja with Psychic move, then you're going to be like, okay, I'll take that with a Focus Sash, and then I'll just Nasty Plot and hopefully next turn outspeed you if you're trying to set up. But even with max investment, Salazzle's not going to outspeed a Greninja. That with Greninja having a max 377 speed and Salazzle having a 366, you're going to be getting hit very bad by a Greninja if you ever run into one. And then the next set, basically just an idea that it kind of works, but not really, but you can use it sometimes if you really need to. And it's basically just a setup set, like I said, that we've got Fake Out, get a flinch first turn, and then substitute next turn. Since you're so fast, you're going to be able to probably get a substitute, and they won't be able to fade it first turn if they're faster than you. And then we've just got Taunt and Attract, because Taunt, with a lot of the setup Pokemon that exist now, like Toxapex, Sableye, and all of them, we can basically shut them down immediately so that some Toxapexes won't be able to do anything, and some of them will only be able to use a Water-type move, because most Toxapexes always have Liquidation. And then we've just got Attract, because since Salazzle's mainly a female, since it's always a female, I should have said, it doesn't even have the possibility of being male. Since Salazzle's always a female, you can just use Attract all the time, and shut down any males that they have. That with the Infatuation, it's going to be very hard for them to land a hit. But even as a setup, Salazzle doesn't work that well, because when you're looking at setup, some Pokemon like Drifblim or other stuff would work better. But either way, Salazzle can still kind of pull this off, while at the same time getting what it wants to. And then just give it a Life Orb for the Fake Out. That way you just deal extra damage right off the bat and just hit them for max damage. And then you just max out the HP and the speed, give it the Jolly Nature, and that's basically all that is for that Salazzle. Again, that's kind of just an idea, not really something viable to run, just because Salazzle is so frail that you could basically just flick it in the nose and it would go down. But that was how to use Salazzle, and hopefully this year I'll be able to do more with the Pokemon how to uses, and hopefully some of you guys will try and ask for Pokemon for me to actually do how to uses on, because, again, that's what I said when I started this series, I think, is that I want you guys to tell me what you want to see. I want your opinions on what Pokemon you think would be good, what would be ungood, and if you want to know how good a Pokemon could actually be. So, if you guys do have any suggestions for how to use this, go ahead and leave them down in the comments, and if you like this video, go ahead and slap the like button as always, and I will see you guys later.